Gets back on the footy. Enright's been fantastic. Ablett, good handball, an underground handball to Bartel, who scrambles it towards Chapman. Well done by Shields. Peterson operating in a tight space at the moment. Bateman couldn't get the handball away. Ellis, oh, he's pinned by Bartel. Peterson another go. Sell with the tackle. Corey now shovels it forward towards Chapman, who's wrapped up by Shields. Hawkins off towards Johnson. He was held without a free kick. Umpire McBurney presiding over that last minute of play, which was in tight. It was tough, intense.
Gee, Cameron just almost warning Paul Chapman there.
Just kept my eye on Renoff. He can't get out of a walk. He's gone.
Chapman back to Kelly.
You've got to get the boy off.
Suddenly the Cats in no hurry. Enright and the spreads onto the outer side. Lonigan back to Enright. He was going to kick the Scarlett, but Scarlett wasn't ready for it. So it goes back to Hart. They're drawing the Hawks out.
3 minutes or 4 minutes to play, and it's just too long to start chipping the ball around. You're asking for trouble.
So he's got a kick to a contest here. There is an extra Geelong player there. It's Wojcinski, who misjudged it terribly. Goes back to Shields, but Bartel was there as backup for Geelong. Applies the smother. We've clocked into 25 minutes now in this final term.
They just had to get him off. Renoff comes off, and who's going to take the rope? Gets Roughead, who's pushed up.
Roughead does go for it.
Holding by the jumper. Wojcinski's kick.
Free goes to David Wojcinski for the Cats. 3 points the difference.
I wonder why Lance Franklin couldn't be used in the ruck for a few minutes just to get him into the game.
Maybe he's too precious a commodity. Back to half forward. It's all hands on deck for the Hawks. Roughead to Bateman. He's pleading with his teammates. He didn't know he was going to get assaulted from the side. The ambush was on, and it's Shannon Burns who'll have the shot for goal.
Roles reversed from the first quarter, where we saw the Hawthorn forwards just do this continually, and Chance Bateman is back into the side for the first time. Just didn't sense Burns was coming. Great defensive chase. Big play.
Kicked 2 goals, 2 today, Shannon Burns. His career record would say he's about a 50-50 chance, but he's 30 metres out, and he takes the Cats to a 9-point advantage. Is that the knockout blow?
Well, they were outplayed early, and President Jeff...
Not a lot of faith shown there by Mr. President.
No, he's off.
Felicity seems to be enjoying herself, though.
So back in the centre, Ottens, who's been sensational in the second half. Taps it down. Ellis takes it, but is immediately tackled. The great ability of Geelong in that first quarter, when they really were outplayed comprehensively by Hawthorn, just to hang in there, do enough to keep within touch. Paying dividends now. Ottens to Wojcinski, who scrambles it to half forward, only as far as Schoen makers. Little kick out wide is poor, and Corey with a free kick. Front on challenge, illegal, says the umpire.
It's been such a good contest, this. Every ball that you've had to go and get, you've had to earn. There's been enormous tackle pressure, great one-on-one footy all over the ground.
Taylor.
Stay there.
Still plenty of time. Short kick wide to Kelly. Need a man up here, Hawthorn. Try and force a turnover. Duncan. Just.
Been very impressive, this young man. His second game of football. Showed a lot of work rate, some composure.
Decides to kick towards half forward. The back, Murphy. And he's paid the mark, I think. Yeah, well done to Thomas Murphy. So it's got to come back to him. No advantage play there, but he immediately handballs back to Gibson. Sweeps it into the corridor. Ellis off to Birchall. Oh, the old Torp wobbles it towards half forward. At the back, oh, gee, Franklin was upended, hasn't got up yet. Brown has got it. Handball forward of the play. Morton needs to keep this in. Kicks towards the pocket. Coming out was Hyde, but chipping in front.
He's been brilliant today, Chris. Harry Taylor's been absolutely sensational, and Matty Scarlett in that last contest, you just see, has his arms taken away from him. With Buddy coming back, and he landed on his back, so he'll be right. Just a bit of a cork back, but Clearances in today's footy, Das, they can't be highlighted more. They're so important. This quarter, it's been 15-2 in favour of the Cats and 43-23 overall.
Some issues, Lloydie, for the Hawks going forward, isn't it? With only Renouf available. He was pretty brave today, but as we saw, he nearly had to get carried off. He was so exhausted. Held up for a while with their smaller players going third man up, but it has really cost them the game in the end.
You can't win matches with numbers like that, can you?
It's taken its toll, Hutto. Just as the game's gone on, the Cats have looked far stronger, just as the dominance out of the midfield.
So Cats just happy to share it around across half back. Hawks need to press up and make a contest of it. They do that now. Renouf to try and get over the top, which he did. Hawkins with the big leap as well. Selwood, Corey, be happy enough with that. And it's over the line and out of bounds. The margin remains at 9. So Hawthorn have got to find something, and they've got to find it very quickly.
One player, there's Lance Franklin. Tom Lonergan's job today has been sensational, but Brad Ottens is a player who really excites me from a Geelong point of view. He's looked very sharp today.
Ablett with nice amount of air on it for Mackie, but nicely judged from a cramping Luke Hodge. We've gone past 30 minutes now. Ablett 38 disposals, 7 clearances, 6 tackles. Luke Hodge has had 21. Cats lead by 9. Going to take some beating from here.
She's been caught a couple of times today, Gary Ablett, which you don't see too often. There's Peterson, who's lurking around him, ran him down. Saw Sirioli drag him down as well, but he just continues to work and always effective.
Hodge on tight old legs. Gets it to half forward. Desperate lunge from Morton. Yeah, more cramp. The fence was just in the right spot. Bit of a stretch.
Spoke of Ablett's game, 38 disposals and 7 clearances. Jimmy Bartel, I've loved his game, 29 disposals but 10 clearances. He's been dominant all day.
Renouf.
Sorry, blindsided Jimmy, couldn't see it.
I think he cleaned up Bartel there with a bit of a wild old fist, just trying to get the ball. Renouf.
Straight up.
Bartel also 9 tackles for the game.
Peterson's turn to go in the ruck. They are out on their legs, both teams here. The siren sounds. Another classic. They just couldn't help themselves, these two sides. Geelong prevails by 9 points. They'll take some beating once again in 2010.